Anyway, we're going to get the match underway. Sorry about the slight delay here, guys. Both the teams are ready. I've finally got OBS ready. It's Endpoint versus Espanyol, best of 7. Winner advances to top 3 of the tournament. Loser is eliminated. There's also, $1,000 extra just for winning this game. The losing team today will go home with $2,000 between them. Nice little $667 each. Winner of this will go home with at least $3,000 between them, which is a much nicer number in a 3v3 event. So apart from tournament life, they do have some money to play for now. Every match will have that at stake. Speaking of stake, Espanyol coming in as favourites today, in my opinion. Endpoint just knocked Dignitas out of the competition, but they're going to have their work cut out for them today, keeping up with Espanyol, who have looked incredibly quick in all their matches, except their one loss to SRG. But it is going to be Endpoint to open the scoring. Can they keep their insane run going? Tox was under pressure here. Nachitao intercepts into the middle. Relating Wave places the shot behind the goalkeeper, and already they're 1-0 up. So Tox is really the guy who Endpoint have to keep their eye on. He's been going for some wicked dunks. He's been making some very nice solo plays in every single matchup that they've played. Relating Wave, the defensive machine for his team. Oh, Virtuoso's going to get a second goal here. Look at this from Endpoint. Again, Nachitao with the assist. It's a very similar assist to the previous one. He just lobs the ball down into the middle, and Endpoint are first to get it. Look at them go. They're already 2 up against Espanyol. This is turning into the dream run for Endpoint. Right after they've been sent into the relegation tournament in RLCS, they decide to step it up and play the best Rocket League they've played all year. Already in the money, already top 4 in TEI, looking for top 3. Looking to stay alive, and if they do end up running into Singularity, it would be a chance for revenge, because Singularity beat Endpoint in RLCS. They beat them in the knockout stage of this tournament already, and if Endpoint can come back through lower bracket, they'll have a third shot at Singularity, maybe. We're going to have to wait and see how SRG versus Singularity goes tomorrow. Just one more update on that for anybody who's tuning in. Singularity SRG will be tomorrow, because Singularity unfortunately had some internet issues which were not resolvable today. But we will be playing that one tomorrow, followed by the loser finals, and then I think we're doing the grand final on Friday. So keep an eye on my Twitter, keep an eye on the bracket on Liquipedia to know exactly when those matches are going to be. Meanwhile, Espanyol back within a goal. Relating Wave with an air dribble straight into Samway. They having to look very closely to get past Nachitao here. He's already been extremely involved in everything that Endpoint have been able to do. That's one demo, and Nachitao with a brilliant save. Great work by him, and Espanyol are overextended. They've just left themselves wide open on the counter, and Endpoint are up 3-1, and that was a big problem there. I don't know what Tox and Stake were thinking when they both dove into the corner, trying to center the ball to absolutely nobody. But Relating Wave has been setting up numerous counterattacks for his team in the past few days, and that's one of the easier ones that he's been able to get going. Espanyol looking messy. They look disorganized compared to yesterday. Half the game gone, they're down by 2. They didn't trail at all yesterday against Triple Trouble. They were able to win every single game, start to finish, and by at least 2 goals as well. Endpoint also knocked Triple Trouble down in this bracket. Both the teams helped eliminate TT are currently on your screens. But Endpoint have started really well today. And this is already proving that their win against Dignitas wasn't a fluke, because Espanyol have really looked like an RLCS caliber team recently. And that's going to be a 4th goal for Endpoint against him. Relating wave. Puts another one in. Very nice timing as he comes in for the wall shot here. Where's the defense though? For Espanyol, their rotation is a mess right now. Their organization is nowhere to be seen. They're going to need to significantly improve if they're going to beat a very solid Endpoint team. If Dignitas can't score multiple past Endpoint, then how are Espanyol going to do it? Because yes, Espanyol have looked impressive offensively, but I don't think they've looked Dignitas level this tournament. They've been one of the top offenses of the league, but compared to Dignitas, compared to SRG, they've still lacked something. And Endpoint were able to keep Dignitas completely on lockdown yesterday for 3 games in a row. They had the better of them. Now, obviously, Dignitas did have a bit of a fight with the post and the crossbar in that series, but it was still Endpoint's excellent defending that forced Dig into those awkward positions. And really, Espanyol don't look like they're going to get a goal here. In fact, they're going to concede another one. Virtuoso's put a 5th past them. And once again, where's the defense for Espanyol? Stake challenging the ball. Samway's creeping forward. They really have to keep an eye on their goal. They need to have somebody at all times hovering the shots, because they're conceding again and again and again on open nets. You'll notice here that there's only 4 saves for Espanyol on over 10 shots, I think it was. 10 shots exactly for their opponents. That's just not good enough at this level. You have to at least try. You have to have somebody in position to attempt to save on every single shot. 3s at the highest level. If you don't have players back in position to try and save shots that are coming in, you're going to concede over and over again. This game has gotten away from them. Endpoint looking very good. They're picking up right where they left off yesterday. Triple trouble. Conceding 4, or losing 4 in a row to Espanyol. Not looking like it's helped Espanyol at all coming into this one. They're going to need to completely change things up. The defense hasn't been anywhere near enough of a focus in this one. And if they don't fix that soon, Endpoint are going to make their lives extremely difficult. We saw how difficult it was to keep Endpoint down and out of a series yesterday when they played Dignitas. Well, Espanyol are going to have the exact same problem here. Yeah, there's going to be a cooldown. You can't use the postpone command over and over again. It's only going to pop up every now and then. And unfortunately for Espanyol, this match is not postponed. They're going to have to step it up right now. They have to organize themselves into a much better defensive rotation immediately, or Endpoint are going to run away with this. Endpoint already intercepting another offensive play. Virtuoso's flip reset ineffective, but Nachitau's coming in. And what a game one he had. Both the first 2 assists were his. And he had a great save as well to keep Espanyol back. Nachitau looking for a solo play. It's not the most effective flick, but Espanyol still struggling to deal with just about everything that Endpoint do. They've not had too much difficulty in any of their matches this year. But when it has gone wrong, it's really gone wrong for them. They lost 3-0 to BDS in RLRS just recently. They lost 4-1 to SRG in this very tournament. Is this going to be another nightmare day for Espanyol, who have otherwise been exceptional, taking games all the way to the ace match on the regular and winning most of them? That's a good clear by Stake. Samway's going to knock it into the wall, but Virtuoso reads him perfectly. Now he's missed his touch. Espanyol have been given a few chances here to get involved in this series, to take control of it perhaps. Tox down the line. He's muscled off the ball by Relating Wave. That's really nice positioning by Relating Wave. He continues to impress in defense just about every series that he plays. Samway knocks it down and it's back into the corner, but Espanyol are still struggling to get past the halfway line. The interceptions of Endpoint are working wonderfully. That was a big chance. Tox denied by the Endpoint goalkeeper. Relating Wave again, playing the man rather than the ball as he runs back into defense. An Endpoint transition to the other half of the field with ease. Nachitau's up uncontested into the corner by him. Virtuoso unable to do anything with it, but here comes Relating Wave now. See the confidence resonating with Endpoint at the moment. Not often this tournament have they been attacking the ball as much as they are in this matchup, and now Tox knocked off it in defense. Nachito's shot saved by Stake, but it's still Endpoint who are getting the better of this matchup. Counter attack now from Espanyol. That's denied by Relating Wave as well. Look at the interceptions from Endpoint, but they've got more work to do. The ball is still in danger. It's still in the box. Tox denied from close range, and Endpoint are faster to the second ball. Espanyol are afraid to attack with all three players like they usually do, because every time that they do, Endpoint are intercepting their plays. They're reading the bounces just as well as Espanyol are. Samway testing Relating Wave, who passes the test. Stake finds nothing but the back wall in that play. Espanyol really need a goal here. They desperately need to get all three players going in offense. Here they are now. 1-2. Where's the third? Tox is too far back, and that was just not good enough for Espanyol. Crossbar keeps them out, and either one of them could have scored. It was Samway and Stake this time. They just couldn't hit the target, but at least they're starting to get a bit more success moving the ball forward. There's Tox with a big dunk like we saw yesterday plenty of times, but Endpoint still look threatening. Virtuoso 1v1. He's got the top corner. What a play by Virtuoso as he dribbles down the line, flicks it over one, and he has time to recontrol the ball before flicking it over Samway as well. And that is a problem for Espanyol. Yes, it was a great play by Virtuoso, but why were those two challenges so spread out? Just as Virtuoso is recontrolling the ball, that's the moment the second challenge needs to come in, not a few seconds afterwards when he has taken control of the situation. Now a minute left. Espanyol need a goal. Difficult double touch for Stake. It's intercepted by Relating Wave. Of course it would be, wouldn't it? That is what he does. Nachito gonna try and center the ball off a double. He does get it, but Tox is there. Endpoint are sitting back. They just want the 1-0 win here. They'll take a second goal if it comes their way, but they're not going to force the issue. Samway into the middle. Tox is there. There finally is the play that Espanyol have been missing. And the pass was perfect. This was really well executed. Samway straight to Tox. Look at the power he's generated from almost a standstill. Straight sideways. 38 seconds left. We've got a game. Espanyol refuse to go down without a fight. Relating Wave uncontested in the back half. He's hit it straight into the ceiling though. That's allowed Tox and Stake to get involved. Oh dear, Samway and Tox have just collided, and it's wide open. Relating Wave's hit the bar. What a opportunity that was for Endpoint. Samway and Tox collision on the goal line left Relating Wave completely uncontested from point blank range, but Espanyol have gotten away with it. Now can they seal the game as it comes to a conclusion? Samway unable to get two resets there. Actually I think he did, but he just didn't use it. See, the confidence is there for Espanyol. They aren't jumping early like they usually do, but Endpoint are reading them so well. They're keeping up with them, and they're making life very difficult for Espanyol to get consecutive touches on the ball, like they were able to do against Veloce, like they were able to do against Triple Trouble yesterday. It's into the middle, and it's up high now. Virtuoso turns on it. Nachito is there. Relating Wave can't come in. More opportunities for Endpoint as Espanyol struggle to get the ball away from danger. Endpoint are piling on the pressure. Samway and Tox both up for this. No, it's actually Stake who's gone in. Tox is waiting in the halfway line. Now it's into the middle towards Samway. Down to Tox, who has hit the crossbar. Follow up by Stake. He's hit the post. Now in comes Samway. Top shelf. Third time lucky for Espanyol. Tox with the bar, Stake with the post, but Samway shows him how it's done. There are three goalkeepers. Neither one of them were able to get the touch on the ball. But Espanyol really had to work for this. Far from an easy win, and they've had lots of easy wins in this tournament. At least they've made it look easy at times. Dismantling and outpacing high level of competition, but Endpoint have been extremely difficult to get the ball past, and you can see the confusion. The Espanyol players running into each other, unable to find the way past the Endpoint players at the midfield. Usually, it's much easier for them to dissolve pressure and turn it into an attack of their own. But Endpoint, they play a very unique style of defense. They're so difficult to outplay, focusing so much on reads, interceptions. And if they can keep that up, then I think they're still probably the favourites for this one. But Espanyol, I think they're the better team mechanically. There's no denying that. Let's see if they can continue this momentum. Can they use that as a boost to try and build on? Relating wave, wide open, tight angle, and he puts it in 5 seconds after the kickoff. And Endpoint are already in front. Perfect accuracy by relating wave. Look at that read off the wall. He was up before the bounce and he puts it in between the posts from the offensive corner. Very impressive stuff by relating wave. This is the sort of performance that Endpoint were able to make last year in the rival series in order to qualify for RLCS. They've struggled to, keep up that level of form in this season of RLCS, and indeed in the group stage of this tournament as well. They looked so unconvincing. But this is more like it, and I think people are being reminded now what these guys can do when they're playing with confidence, when they're playing with great organisation. One of the best rotations that I've seen yesterday against Dignitas, and now today against Espanyol. Talk sends it long and into the corner. Relating wave going to try and pop it off the corner wall to safety. That's how likewise. Relating wave still being so annoying for Espanyol to deal with. They just can't get the ball past him. Nothing they do surprises him. That's a great save by Talk. Samway's going to follow up now. Espanyol needs to try and turn this into goals earlier in a game. They left it very late in the last one. No, they don't want to do that too often. Talk's double into the middle. It's gone over the top of Stake. Samway, sorry, but here comes Stake. He's going to win the race to the ball in the midfield. Can he follow up on another touch? He will, but it's off the post. That was difficult for Stake to get on target. There was a player in front of him interfering with his shot. It's the best opportunity that Espanyol have had. Now a chance for Relating Wave at the other side of the field, and it's straight down the middle. Where's the defense for Espanyol? They're back to their game one problems. Relating Wave still having success turning centre balls that the opposition make into goals for his team. It really shows you the danger of these low centres. Is that 3 for Relating Wave? You bet it is. And what are Espanyol going to do now? They've struggled today at the best of times, but they've just conceded one slow roller straight down the middle, and now they've conceded off the kickoff as well. And I really don't see them putting 3 past this Endpoint defense. They've had a really difficult time even getting 1 goal here and there against them. How are they going to get 3, even though they have 3 minutes to do so? Well, now is the time to find out if they can make it happen. Espanyol's problems, they just grow. They got destroyed in game 1, they scraped a win in game 2, now they're getting destroyed in game number 3 again. That doesn't bode well for them. Moving forwards, great save by Relating Wave. Relating Wave again intercepts the centre, and not just with a clear ball, but with a pass out of defence. I can't really exaggerate how important it is to hit those clears accurately. Relating Wave every single time able to find a teammate with these hits. It's causing Espanyol problems every time as well. They're used to being in offense for long periods of time, but they just can't keep the ball up front. It's getting sent back again and again and again. Relating Wave now hits the bar. I think he meant to do that, in fact, so it looked like he kept that shot high to avoid the goalkeeper. The follow-up from Natchtown makes it 4-0. Now, I didn't think that Espanyol were going to roll through Endpoint today, but I did several times call them the favourites in the build-up to this match, but what a run Endpoint are on now. This makes the win against Dignitas yesterday look a lot less surprising, because if they can keep playing like this, they're going to be, I think, in with a great chance against either Singularity or Sandrock. 1 minute and 42 left in the clock. Espanyol finally hit the target. That's a nice read by Stake. I'll parley for that one, but they've got so much work to do. They've left it so late in the game, and they've struggled with their defense all game long. They keep conceding at this rate, they're not going to have a chance in this matchup. Even though they've got one of the scariest offenses in the entire tournament, I don't think they're likely to put 5 goals past this Endpoint defense, who have just been too organized. They've been too impressive with their reads. Relating wave dispossesses Espanyol once again. He's looking for Tux on the back wall, couldn't find him. Mistake has an option down the line, he looks for it, but look at Virtuoso just holding his position there. Not afraid at all of the long shot, because he knows exactly what Tux had in mind. He knew the pass was likely to happen. That's, in short, what Endpoint have done well today. They've seen exactly what Espanyol have been trying to do before it happens. Relating wave keeps the ball in the orange half of the field. Not just the orange half, but all the way back in the orange half. And I don't know if Espanyol have got a backup plan. They haven't really needed one. They've relied entirely on their mechanical ability and their offensive pressure to carry them through every round of this tournament. But now that they're finally up against a team who are able to sit back and absorb all that pressure and send it back with a bit of extra momentum, they don't look anywhere near as dangerous. Nice recovery by Stake, but it's too little too late. Another dominant win by Endpoint, who are heavy favourites from this point, because the only game they've lost this series could have gone either way, and really Espanyol stole it at the end. It was Endpoint who looked like the favourites for most of it. But Espanyol, they are a capable team. Will they be able to find an extra gear? Will they be able to step it up offensively? I don't know if that's the right answer to their problems today, but I think it's what they're going to try to do. I think it's likely that they're going to try and just up the pace and win this one purely based on mechanics, when in fact the right thing to do might be to rely on a better defensive rotation. Well, let's see what they go for in game number 4. Stake looks to bring Tox into the play on the left hand side of the field. Yeah, he's easily denied by Relating Wave when the ball gets there. Espanyol are spreading out well at the start of game 4. Tox coming from the defensive blind spot. He's looking for Stake in the middle. No shot from this attack. Already Endpoint working it clear. Great control by Virtuoso. You can see that already Endpoint are looking the more threatening. We didn't see a shot from the first attack out of Espanyol. We did from the first attack out of Endpoint. They're finding a way through. They're getting opportunities. Espanyol are not. Well, there's one. That's a weak clear by Endpoint, and Virtuoso panicked. But even that amounts to nothing. Endpoint always so confident with their 50-50 games, so confident in their challenges. And that's a big help against a team like Espanyol, who are always trying to beat their opponents to the ball. Well, Endpoint, they don't really mind being second to the ball as long as they get a big block on it when they are second to it. Early read by Tox. He's easily first to this, and what a shot that would have been. I think it was just off target, but Tox wasn't far off. A ridiculous double touch there. Natch it out. A double of his own, make it 3. Samway keeps it in the corner. And now here comes Relating Wave. He's got 2 people flopping at him. Tox with no boost. Going to try and get the ball clear. Samway does so. Endpoint still making life exceptionally difficult for Espanyol, but Espanyol, they're also making life quite hard on themselves. 2 double commits already in the last couple of seconds. Now Natchta is uncontested. Tox going to control this one on the back wall. Still no boost to play with though. Secures the back corner, that's huge. And Espanyol get out of their half for once. Tox actually centers the ball by mistake, and it's only, I think, a collision between Samway and Virtuoso that prevented that from turning into another Endpoint goal. Just like games 1 and 3, and I think game 2 as well. This whole series, Endpoint have been able to put more pressure on Espanyol than Espanyol have been able to apply to them. And I really didn't expect that coming into this one. I thought that this would be very much a series dominated by Espanyol in terms of pressure and possession, and we would find out if Endpoint would be able to contain or be able to control the defense enough like they did yesterday. But it hasn't really turned into that at all. This has not been similar to the Dignitas Endpoint series that we saw in the last round. It's been Endpoint attacking constantly. It's an opportunity for Espanyol, but really not the most realistic chance. Yes, the ball was close to the Endpoint net, but it wasn't undefended. There were still multiple goalkeepers in the way. Virtuoso not able to put that one on target, and Tox has some time. He's looking to dribble out of defense. They're sick of getting blocked up high. Espanyol trying to look for a different avenue of attack. And Endpoint still so difficult to get the ball past. Tox finally does so. Relating waves there to send it into the corner. Stake just has to watch Virtuoso air dribble this clear. Very often you would see a player like Stake go up for that ball, just in case the opposition miss. Today Endpoint have been so consistent that he just assumes that it's going to be an easy touch for Virtuoso to make. Barely a minute left in the game. Endpoint have had the better chances, because Espanyol haven't really had any realistic chances themselves. Samway, flip reset. He's over the top of one. He's got a little bit of boost to look for the centre. Well played by him. The last man for Endpoint. He's able to get the ball clear. Now Nachitao shoots on Samway. It's saved. Samway is also going to grab the boost. Well played in the defensive corner. Free jump from Tox. Doesn't make contact. Stick puts it wide, but it's on the goal line for Relating Wave. And Endpoint have done it again. Espanyol with a panic clear from Stake. Get the ball absolutely nowhere. Virtuoso was already on the far side, ready to send it back into the danger area. Great spread in offense from Endpoint. They had all angles covered. Can Espanyol get another late equalizer? They did it in game 2, but they've got even less time in game 4. And Endpoint have already got full control of the play. They're sitting deep with everybody apart from the one man pressuring the ball. Stake and Tox wait to see if Samway can do anything. Relating Wave has just sent him back the way he came from. And it's looking like another routine win for Endpoint, who are so impressive today. They have actually outdone themselves. Yesterday against Dignitas, they were putting on a show defensively. Now it's been that and a great offensive display. One more chance for Espanyol. Stake looking to get it into the middle. There's Samway. Tox is there. Can he keep it up? No, he just puts it into the ground. And the first touch let Tox down there. They are 3-1 behind in the loser semi-finals. Endpoint, who came into their last series as the underdogs, came into this one, I think, as the underdogs as well, are showing us a completely different team to the one we saw all year long. Snosbury's, thanks for the 3-year and the tier 2, by the way. Alan 1 with the Prime sub, welcome, and Hugser with the gifted sub to Games and Sports TV. Thank you for that. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying the series today. It's a surprising one. Seems like every round now we're going to see Endpoint add different tricks and different elements to their game. If they can't keep doing that, who knows how far they can go. Samway put the pressure on Endpoint early on. Pre-jump saved by Virtuoso, denies Tox to the near post, and now here comes Nachitao. Stake waits for his touch and takes control in the back corner. Espanyol up against it here, and like I said earlier today, this could be a preview of a matchup that we could see in the promotion relegation tournament for RLCS Season 10. Endpoint are already in that tournament. Espanyol look likely to go into that tournament as well. Would these two teams be the favourites? Based on what we've seen today, I think Endpoint would definitely be favourites to re-qualify for RLCS. Before today, I would have had Espanyol the favourites to win that promotion relegation tournament, but what a surprise to see Endpoint showing up and playing the best Rocket League that they've played all year. Right at the very end of it, Zox hits the post early on now in Game 5. Espanyol still trying to get that consistent offense going. Fortunately for them, their touches have just not been good enough. They're hitting the ball low and into the ground quite a lot at the moment. And every time they do hit it high, Endpoint are there and able to read it just as well as Espanyol do. Nice play by Virtuoso in the midfield. He intercepted the clear from Relating Wave and then got involved on the next play also. He's staying active, Virtuoso. He's very annoying to play against, especially if you're Espanyol here. You just want free hits. You just want to be able to show off your speed in offense. Now there's a good takeoff by Tox. Nachitau's read him well though and keeps the ball safely in the corner. Stake denied at the near post as well. Boost steal from Samway. Can this amount to anything for Espanyol? No. Relating Wave just going to bring it down, and Endpoint putting on a clinic on how to defend your defensive corner in Rocket League. They just don't look nervous at all. They're playing against Espanyol in this position, and you compare it to how messy and how disorganized Espanyol look when they're in the same position. It's like night and day. Espanyol don't want to be here. They don't want to be taking 50-50s in this position. Endpoint, meanwhile, they are perfectly fine with that. They will 50-50 you all day in their defensive corner. Absolutely no problems dealing with that kind of pressure. Nice challenge by Samway. Stake actually left him the boost as well. That's good teamwork by them. The last man of Endpoint still proving difficult to get the ball past. Stake actually struggling briefly, but he's got the ball back under control. It's looking very much like this last game we saw. Samway denies Nachitau on the goal line itself. But there have been so few chances for Espanyol. Their offense must be frustrated right now. It's not been the series we expected. It can't have been the series they expected. But they're not out of it just yet. Time is ticking down in this game number 5. Virtuoso first to the punch. It's off the bar. He would have had the double if it came back straight. Relating Wave just denies Tox the counter down the middle. But that was the best chance of the game, and it fell once again to Endpoint. Stake hits it down low. Samway's got Tox in the middle, but Nachitau gets there first. Not the best clear by Nachitau. Stake's going to send that one into the backboard. It's Demo Ragoli as well. Deep rotations from Espanyol. They have to go all the way back every single time because they're afraid of the counter. That's a great clear by Samway, but Nachitau keeps it in the corner. End-to-end stuff in Game 5. Both teams trying desperately to hang on defensively, looking for counter-attacking plays, but Endpoint have had more success with counter-attacks today, so Espanyol need to be so careful as they attack in the final seconds here. Stake air dribbles forward, but he doesn't get past anybody. Samway shoots into the post. It's well read and well cleared by Endpoint. Now back pass by Samway to Stake. Tox awaits in the back right corner. Nachitau alone in defense briefly, and that's into the middle. And he couldn't reach Tox, who took off a bit awkwardly. The speed of the Endpoint defense still so impressive. They're matching Espanyol for speed to almost every single ball, which is something I think only SRG have been able to do so far this tournament. Even Mouse in their win over Espanyol didn't try to take them on in the speed battle. They just outplayed them with the slower plays, with the control. Relating Wave, flip reset up high. He's got Stake out of the game, but Tox has him covered. Virtuoso centers only as far as Samway. Espanyol are still struggling to handle what's being thrown at them. The power hits from Endpoint are on another level right now. That's on target for Relating Wave. Straight down the middle with a clear from Samway. That is not what he wants to be doing here. Will Espanyol find their form? Endpoint have played brilliantly, but Endpoint have not been the only team with a say in this series so far. Espanyol have really struggled. They've had a messy rotation at times, and it's not just been strategical. Mechanically, they haven't looked as impressive as they usually do. Samway shooting wide of the target. Where is the finishing touch for Espanyol? It's missing at the moment. As Endpoint have another chance. It's into the middle. It's just sent clear by Samway. Look dangerous once again. Stake accidentally knocks this one on. That's going to go wide of the target. Would have been ridiculous if that's how this one ended. Relating Wave keeps the ball in the corner. More business as usual defending from Endpoint. The ball's close to their net, but nobody's panicking. Nobody's double committing. Nobody's hitting the ball badly. They continue to be the better of the two teams right now, and it's just one goal for them. And they'll be through to the next round, and Espanyol will be eliminated. Espanyol with a good chance here. Tox is off the ball, and Samway has found him. And they've had to work so hard for it, but they do get the win. Perfect pass by Samway, and Tox had the whole goal to aim at, and he won't miss from that range. They are hanging on here. Endpoint have beaten them easily in 2 games, and the other 3 games this series could have gone either way. So really, if Endpoint lose this, they'll be devastated, because they could have already had this series done and dusted by this point. But Espanyol have just managed to eke out a win here. Now in that last game, I think that Endpoint's game plan was just to sit back and let Espanyol come at them, because there have been so many overcommitments to offense from Espanyol. There have been so many successful counterattacks for Endpoint that they were just waiting for it to happen, but it didn't happen all game, and now Espanyol have got a chance to assert their authority. And that is more like what we're used to seeing from them. Pre-jump by Tox. Stick finds him in the middle. And they've only taken 6 seconds to open the scoring in game number 6. Where has this Espanyol been all day long? They've struggled. They've been so quiet. And now they're awake. And will Endpoint be punished for playing an overly defensive game in the last one? Because I really do feel like their only plan in the game number 5 was to wait for Espanyol to overextend, and Espanyol did not overextend. Credit to them. They've had problems with that all day, but in game 5 they actually played a more solid game. They had a couple of double commits. It was far from perfect, but it was good enough. Endpoint trail by 1 in game number 6. Virtuoso's ahead of the play here, knocking players off it. Tox pre-jump intercepts Nachitai's dribble. Samway straight down the middle, but a good bit of distance on it. Virtuoso and Nachitai collide as they try to get the ball clear. Now they're starting to get beaten to the ball. Espanyol never give up. They never surrender. Oh, Samway rifled one towards the goal from high up next to the ceiling, but it's hit the post. But Espanyol playing their best Rocket League already. We're only a minute and a few seconds into the game, and they look like a completely different team. They're moving around the field with authority, with confidence. This is dangerous for Endpoint. This is what Dignitas, or this is what they did to Dignitas yesterday. They went 3-1 down in the series, and then they stepped it up. Oh, Samway's in trouble here, though. That was almost straight in. Over the top. Nachitao demos Stake, who had no idea that there was somebody coming for him. Samway up on the back wall here. He's passed it straight down, and Relating Wave even reads that. Impressive defense once again, and look at the ability to turn it into an attack. It's just denied. Oh my goodness, that was close. Virtuoso is trying to slot it in on the rebound. I think there was some interference from the Espanyol defender. It made it quite difficult for him to score that ball. Espanyol have already left their net relatively open twice That's what's going to happen if they keep on attacking at this speed, and they keep on throwing themselves forward so willingly. Samway, uncontested, 2 hits in a row. Tox misses his touch. Half of game 6 already gone. Espanyol still ahead by 1 goal. They haven't looked completely safe in the back, but they've definitely looked better. They look more like themselves, and this is going to be 2-0. Samway finds stake in the middle, and for the first time today, Espanyol have a 2-goal lead. Great pass by Samway. Relating Wave expected the shot. He thought it was going to be much of a harder hit as well. Espanyol with a deft touch, they go up by 2. And now the game is completely theirs to lose. Match it out. The solo play, can't get it past Stake, who's recovered well here. It's into the middle though for Relating Wave. That's denied by Samway. Espanyol playing well right now. Look at them on the counter, so quick into position. Endpoint have to scramble. They did so well. This is worrying though for Endpoint. They've given, I think they gave Espanyol a chance to breathe in the last game, and now Espanyol have won that overtime, and they've completely come into the rest of the series with a different attitude. They're looking for a 3rd goal here. They're not happy with 2-0. Samway back pass off the ceiling. Tox puts it past 2, but a Relating Wave is there. Only a minute and 10 seconds left in this game. Endpoint. Last game they didn't really try too hard to put pressure on Espanyol. Now they can't put pressure on them even if they want to, because Espanyol's challenges at the halfway line have been too good. Chance now for Relating Wave. It's too slow, too low, and Stake will take care of it. Samway looking for the counter. He's hit the post again. I think Virtuoso knew that was hitting the post. He just let it happen. There's no denying Espanyol have found that extra gear. They're moving faster than they were in every other game this series, and it's caught Endpoint off guard. If they thought they were going to have an easy series win today, they were mistaken, because this is a completely different Espanyol now. The one we all expected to see in this game. Nice double touch by Stake. He's completely surprised the Endpoint defense with that one. Virtuoso doesn't know where to turn. Luckily Nachitao will get the ball clear from danger. And they need a goal right now, or this is going to be over. We're going to be headed to game number 7, and that is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. Espanyol are here, and they are giving it their best shot. Endpoint, we're trying to sit out the pressure, wait for the overextension in game 5, so that they could take an easy open net and collect the 4-1 win. But unfortunately for them, Espanyol didn't give it to them. They didn't throw away game 5 with a risky offensive play. They didn't throw it away by taking themselves out of the game and letting the ball roll into their net down the middle. No, they've shored up their defensive weaknesses, and now that they've got that solidified, the confidence is back in their offensive plays. The recoveries look faster. Their hits look more impressive. This is, I think, now Espanyol's series to lose as we go into game number 7. Endpoint, I think, are going to be disappointed they didn't attack harder in game 5. They had Espanyol on the ropes. Espanyol didn't look confident, but credit to Espanyol, they didn't make any huge blunders defensively like they did in the earlier games in the series. You look at game 1, you look at game 3, you just see Espanyol overextending again and again and again, and Endpoint putting the ball into the open nets over and over again. But this is it. One more game to decide who moves on to top 3 of the competition and who goes home with just $2,000 prize pool. Virtuoso flying ahead of this one, looking for a bumper. Relating Wave couldn't follow up with a shot. It's very difficult to read what Virtuoso had planned there. But look what's happening now. It's Espanyol on the counter, and Tox puts it in. 1-0 Espanyol. He was just too quick for Endpoint to deal with. Very nice recovery by Tox. And the roles have been reversed. Endpoint are now the ones who are on the ropes. They are struggling in this series. Earlier it looked like they were able to match and even beat Espanyol in terms of pace. But that is just a distant memory at this point. Espanyol are just so quick. Relating wave. Passes into the middle. That was a brilliant pass, but it's been missed completely. Virtuoso doesn't even make contact with the ball. And you can tell that Endpoint have been rattled here by the Espanyol team, who have just resurged in the series and completely taken control of it. Some nice passing by Espanyol as they came forward. Now a chance for a second goal, but that goes wide. Espanyol could very easily be 2 goals ahead here. Endpoint should have had at least a good shot on net, but they look totally rattled at this point. They've got to forget about the previous games. I think they must still have their heads in the last games. They'll think to themselves that they should have won Game 5. They should have attacked more. They should have tried to put the pressure on Espanyol while they were struggling, instead of giving them so much space and just waiting for the misplay to happen. And that opportunity is gone. Now they have to come back in Game 7. That is the only win condition they have. That's a good pass into the middle, but it's well dealt with by Stake, and Relating Wave looks uncharacteristically out of position in defense. He will still recover. And now Tox into the middle. Samway's too quick for the defense. Endpoint again and again, having the ball sent past him off the side wall. Relating Wave picks it up high. It's read early and effectively by Stake. There was a double commit there though. Espanyol have a bit of defending to do. It's double touch on target by Nachitown. Now Relating Wave looking to get it back into the middle. Gotta watch out for these Endpoint bumps over and over again. They are making sweeps across the backboard, trying to hunt for goalkeepers. For now, Espanyol can't get rid of this pressure. I think they should be able to do so now, but oh well, Tox actually hits the ball backwards by accident. And Espanyol are straight back into the same position as they were. They do still have the 1 goal lead, so this isn't devastating. This isn't the end of the world for them to be here. Nice touch by Tox. Samway was in a very awkward spot there. Virtuoso looks for the infield dribble. Stake reads him, takes it away from him. And here comes Tox up high. Another dunk by him, but it goes wide. Samway shoots slowly on target. Relating Wave had the whole goal covered anyway. And Relating Wave air dribbles straight into Tox, who's become a bit of a brick wall in the midfield. And Endpoint, they just can't find a way through. They looked so organised earlier. Now the panic is kicking in. The fact that they are down a goal is really causing issues for them. They're becoming desperate. They're just launching the ball long and hoping for the best. Espanyol, meanwhile, they're picking their touches. They're aiming a little bit more whenever they make contact on the ball. Relating Wave waits downfield. Samway has intercepted him, and now Stake comes forward. He's up for the rebound. It's missed, but it's follow up by Samway. And Espanyol have done it again. They're 2 goals ahead. What a comeback we're witnessing here. They look completely out of it. They look like they were going to lose it in 5 to an Endpoint team who are playing on another level. But now with 1 minute and 9 seconds left in Game 7, Espanyol have confirmed that they are the favourites as we approach the final minute. Can Endpoint respond? Do they have anything left in the tank? Do they have the answers to an Espanyol team who are playing so well right now? That's a great save by Virtuoso, but saves are not what they need right now. They need a goal, and they need one soon. Before they can even think about that, they need a clear ball. Espanyol are not giving them anything here. It's going to be 3-0. Stake just walks it into the open net. After Relating Wave got bumped off the corner wall, there is nobody at home for Endpoint. And what a comeback this has been for Espanyol. It just shows you what one overtime win can do. Endpoint in Game 5 had, I think, the better chances to just win the game, but they didn't press the issue. They waited. They were looking for the misplay from their opponents. They were hoping that Espanyol would just give them the series. Espanyol, they never gave up. They just hung on, and when it got into that Game 6 and 7, they came alive. They had a totally different approach in the last 2 games in this series. Endpoint missed their opportunity. They had the advantage. They were 2 games ahead and playing better than their opponents. Espanyol, after winning game 5 OT, have looked like a completely different beast. They are the ones who will advance to the next day of the competition. Endpoint showed us something today that they haven't really shown all year. They showed us that they can actually dominate. They can play aggressively. They can play upfield against high-level competition, against very mechanically gifted competition. We didn't get to see that yesterday against Dignitas because they were the ones doing all the defending. But at the end of the day, it is Espanyol who advance, and it is Endpoint who go home 4th place. They will still win $2,000 from this tournament. They don't go home empty-handed, but that is the last we'll see from them. Espanyol, Singularity, and Sandro Gaming are all that remain. 1 RLCS team, 1 Rival Series team, and 1 Middle Eastern team. What a lineup.